straightaway. Beautiful Trans Am from Coastal Auto Mart in Eureka. Our flagman, Tim McEwen. We'll take a look at it, give him the sign to get ready to go racing. And pace car will make an exit this time around. Oops, one more time around, then we'll get ready to go. Car number 73, Tim Phillips. On the inside, pole position. And as always, inverted start with the faster cars in the back of the pack. So that 16 car, Rusty Olson, fast time. In fact, you can see the little rooster who is wired onto the roll cage there. Phillips in the 73 car, Henderson in the number 1 Camaro, Graham in the Pontiac. 4 different makes of cars in our Trophy Dash. Kind of an interesting conglomeration. Bumper to bumper, they'll look for the green this time around. Starting to get on the gas now at turn 4. There's the green. And Phillips leads him around. Graham picking up 2nd place. And Henderson will try to hang on for 3rd. Olson, the fast qualifier, certainly is going to try and make a move on him pretty soon. Graham losing a one round. Phillips in the 73 car. Now Olson on the inside. And yellow light is out. Not exactly sure what that is for. Maybe we're going to see another start here. That's probably what it's going to be. Tim McEwen has the restart flag out, so he was not happy with the way those cars came out of turn number 4. Henderson in the 1 car, really kind of lagging behind. Normally the pole sitter, the 73 car in this case, is the person who's supposed to set the pace, but everybody else should try to keep up with him until that green officially comes out. And this time around, once again, they look pretty good. And we see the green again. Tightly packed into 1 and 2. Henderson on the outside of Graham. It's going to be tough to hold that position with Graham on the inside. And they are door to door into turn 4. And Henderson tries to outbreak him. And Henderson trying to squeeze down on the inside. He manages to pick up 2nd place. And that's not easy to do with Graham having the speed and handling. And Pontiac, we'll see how he comes back. Phillips really taking it high out of turn 4. And Graham on the move, trying the outside line. And Phillips gets way wide. Look out. And Henderson gets an advantage. Phillips may not know he is there. We'll see the white flag one more time around. This was very much up for grabs. And Tim Phillips doing some defensive driving. Let's watch and see how he handles that car, just not working as well as it should. And Henderson standing right behind him. The 2 faster qualifiers with very little opportunity to move up out of turn 4. Checkered flag, Tim Phillips, Henderson, Eric Graham, and Rusty Olson. And those cars finishing in the exact starting order. 89 Buick Regal. All right, track photographer Sherry Baldwin over for the photograph. Hey, Tim, better put the car in gear, huh? No? Don't need to? Okay. This time he's going to take the helmet off. Last time he didn't take the helmet off. Old motorcycle racers, they never learn. And our Street Stock Trophy Dash winner also winning. Presenters here tonight. Oh my goodness. I have a little note here that says our trophy presenter is Nicole Henderson of Fortuna. Isn't she dressed up nice down there, huh? Nice corsage from Dolson's Florist. Cole posing with Tim. I'm not supposed to announce that? Okay, I won't announce it. I won't announce it. All right. She comes up and tells me a great story, and then she says, don't say anything about it. Shouldn't allow people like that up in the booth. Or on the flag stand, come to think of it. Just kidding, Tim. I wasn't talking about you. Don't worry. You're going to give me the black flag? Well, then buy me a beer at least, huh? Okay. We'll get set for 4 laps of racing. Our mini stocks, this class really growing in popularity, mainly because of all the race cars out here. These, of course, are the most economical way to go racing. Any kind of automotive racing is not inexpensive or cheap, but generally, if you have a little help and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you add up all the bills, you can generally get one of these cars on the racetrack, have some fun with it for about $1,000. Now, that's just a general figure. Depends on where you get the car and what kind of deals you can make, but it can be done with a little bit of luck. And the 29 car, pole position, Bill Middleton. Randy Dean, car number 3, 87 Doug Pulver, and our fast qualifier. Big surprise tonight, Jerry McCurtain in the 99 car.
Actually, Rascal was.
And Middleton leads him out of turn 4. There's the green. And Randy Dean very quickly in the number 3 car going to the front. McCurtain is right behind him. McCurtain with fast time. Pulver goes to the outside of Middleton, goes for 3rd place. These guys are very competitive in these cars. Along with being completely stock motor and suspension, they also all run the same carburetor, same tires. McCurtain is going to try the outside line on Dean. Can't seem to find it just yet. He may have the power down the back straightaway. No, Randy's going to slip right up there and try and use up some of that racetrack. That's what racing is all about. Get out in front and stay out there. Now McCurtain closing on Dean. Those 2 pillows, bumper to bumper down the front straightaway. Into lap number 3. McCurtain swings out on the outside. That can be nowhere land out there. It doesn't seem to work for him this time. And now Pulver says, I'd like to get into this one. And Doug Pulver says, what happened here? I used to be able to beat these guys, and now it's getting a lot more difficult. White flag is out. One more time around. Randy Dean and Jerry McCurtain, the 2 Ford Pintos going at it. Let's see if McCurtain can pull it out down the back straightaway. He's trying. You can imagine that that gas pedal is right to the floor. These guys don't hold off at all. McCurtain going way high. That's not the place to be. And checkered flag, Randy Dean, Doug Pulver, Jerry McCurtain, and the 29 car, Bill Middleton. Randy Dean. And Randy says, gosh, he's glad to finally make it into the winner's circle out here. Randy and Stacy and the whole family helping out on the race car. Trophy presenter once again, Nicole Henderson from Fortuna. 23 big block with a time of 15.387, the fastest time ever for any local cars. And our regular Saturday night program. We don't have a chance to mention it a little bit later on. Car number 97, you may not have seen him in person before, but you probably have seen him on TV. And Larry says it's not exactly a story he likes everybody to know about, but you watch carefully on some of the video clips on racing action. In fact, it's been used in, I think, a couple of commercials on ESPN. About a year and a half ago at the Copper World Classic, Larry Gray in the 97 car went tumbling end over end and sideways on the Phoenix 1 mile at the Copper World Classic, and I guess it's quite a video. He says he'd rather get TV time in the winner's circle, but nevertheless, if you ever see that, that's who you're looking at right there. Car number 97, Larry Gray, taking a big tumble about a year and a half ago in Phoenix. And a bunch of photographers getting some pretty exciting footage of that particular incident. And Rotman in the 99 car was with us for one race last year. They apparently had some major problems on the car. Didn't make the tour race last year, but he made one of our regular Saturday night shows, so his second visit to the racetrack. First time Larry Gray has ever been here. Of course, Vic Blanc and Randy Olson have been side by side many times on the racetrack. Turn one, Rotman with the advantage, and Gray gets stuck on the outside. The fast line on the inside. Olson picks up second place. And just coming off the inside corner. And now Olson looks on the outside as Rotman hugs that inside line in the Camaro. That's all four cars in our Superstock main event tonight. They'll look for the white flag this time around. And now if anybody's got the news left, now's the time to make it. And Olson once again tries on the outside. Let's see if he tries to move down on the inside. Nope, he's going to try that outside line. That's a tough way to get around. No room there. He's going to move on the inside. At the line. Randy Olson, Larry Gray, and Vic Blanc. And out of the car, Craig Rotman. Craig, I think, is looking around going, does she have an older sister? I wonder if that's what he's saying down there. In the Trans Am. Car number 7, first time on the asphalt, first time at Redwood Acres Raceway. The 7 car, Matt Kunkel. And nice to see Matt back out on the racetrack. Car number 23, Sean Andrews, rookie driver. And car number 18, his first time in competition here. He was out in practice and had some problems on the car. Car number 18, Bob Thomas. And this will be your score qualifiers in the street stock division. 10 laps of racing. The 00 car says, nope, I don't think I even want to try the green here, so we're going to get the rest of them bunched up. And Bob Wallace says, I will gladly take that spot. He'll go to the outside of row number 1. And everybody else is still kind of figuring out where they ought to be here as they come out of turn 4. These cars will be looking for some big money in our 50-lap main event tonight. And I believe, I don't have an exact count here, but this probably will be our biggest field ever of street stocks tonight. So these guys would like to pick up some good cash. And Walsh and Wallace lead them out of turn 4. Let's see if we go green this time around. There's the green. On the inside, and he's going to lay down a smoke screen and just try and blind these guys behind him. Wallace in the Camaro says, I would like to go to the inside, but I can't seem to find any room there. And we're going to watch and see what we have on the flag stand. And Bob Wallace in the 70 car still trying to figure a way around Pat Walsh. Hunkler gets on the inside of Standifer. Matt Kunkel trying to pick up 4th place. Standifer goes to the outside. Pat Walsh just laying down that smoke screen, coming back to the line. On the inside, Bob Wallace has the inside line, and he picks up the lead in lap number 3. Young driver looking for his first win ever out here in car number 70. And now Butler trying on the inside of Standifer. Look at this scramble as they come out of the turn. Trying to hang on for second place. Actually, what he'd like to do is just put some distance between himself and the rest of these cars. As always, we run inverted starts, so faster cars are in the back of the pack. Bob Wallace trying to lengthen out that lead. Lap number 5. And now Kunkler gets on the inside of Walsh. And Mark Murray gets on the inside. Rod Meyer back on the racetrack in the 00 car with the second. Now there's the leader. Part of the 70. And then Butler in the 41 car, Kunkler in number 7, Mark Murray in the 71 car, and Standifer in 55. And Wallace already moving in traffic as we get ready for the start. And Butler gets on the outside of the Rod Meyer car, and Standifer and Murray starting to show a little action back there. And now Mark Murray is going to try to make a move inside. Behind the traffic. And everybody looks all right so good. Hard. And there's your leader. Bob Wallace comes up on traffic. Sean Andrews goes to the outside of the 2 slower cars. And Andrews and Thomas taking in some of the racetrack here. Butler follows him through. Look out. Andrews goes a little high. They almost had a little sheet metal damage out there, and now Kunkler goes to the inside of Andrews. He's boxed in. Standifer goes to the outside, and Standifer will pick up 3rd place in traffic. White flag is out this time around. Bob Wallace down the back straightaway. 41 Richard Butler, and then Standifer in 4th, followed by Kunkler in the 7 car. Now to turn 4, checkered flag. Bob Wallace, Richard Butler, Tim Standifer, and Kunkler, Mark Murray, and the rest of the field with Andrews in the 23 car, spinning out of nearly all the money and points go in the main events. But tonight, courtesy of our friends, Fortuna Merchants, lots of money for drivers in the heat races tonight. First victory ever at Redwood Acres Raceway, Bob Wallace. I think it was the date of that one when Mike Portapassi put that one in the record books. Car number 29. Been with us last year, this year as well. Lonnie Tucker from Fortuna. 28 car, Tim McCracken. Car number 11, current points leader in this division. Car number 11, Glenn Shurey. Car number 73, winner of our trophy dash. 73 car, Tim Phillips. Car number 1, the driver tonight, Steve Henderson. Car number 4, Eric Correa. In the 4 car from Garberville. And our fast qualifier, car number 16, Rusty Olson. And once again, fast cars in the back of the pack. Portapassi will set the pace on the pole position through 3 and 4. Tim McEwen will look him over and we're ready to go. There's the green. And into turn 1 and 2, Portapassi and Tucker side by side. The inside line, though, working for Portapassi, and McCracken tries to follow it through in that Camaro. Look at those cars bunched up. McCracken gives Portapassi a little tap, and that's Davey with Tucker. Lonnie Tucker picks up the lead here in lap number 2. Glenn Shurey on the outside. Look out. Henderson spins it around. And Steve Henderson does a 180 over there in turn number 1. I don't think he made contact with the wall. However, we will see a yellow. And Henderson, either by luck or just plain good skill, managing to keep that car off the wall. I don't think he actually made any contact. We'll take a look as he comes back around. Nope, the car looks fine. And we would anticipate that Steve just got a little hard on the gas over there between 1 and 2, and we'll swap ends on it. And as Steve comes by, looks like there isn't even any marks on the tires there, so he managed to keep it off that turn 2 wall. And we will look for check on the lineup as they come around. Tucker in the 29 car leads it through. Look out, Cortopassi and McCracken are running into each other. I'm not so sure they know who's supposed to be in front. Indication from our officials is that Cortopassi in the 47 car should be third, with McCracken behind him. So we'll get those guys lined up. He's going to go down there and get them straightened around. He's showing me the 4s to McCracken and 3s to Cortopassi. And Tucker in the 29 car, they call that an Olay. It's a cross between a Chevy and an Oldsmobile out of turn number 4. Leads to the line. Camaro tries to get the jump on him, going to the outside. McCracken going to the outside of Cortopassi. Cars 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. And Glenn with the advantage, but look out, Tucker right into the side of Shuri's car. And scrambled and Cortopassi's car, Shuri's car, and Tucker's car. Right front fender, right rear quarter panel, all torn up on that car. Car number 28, Tim McCracken, nicely prepared car. And Tim has just been fighting all kinds of handling problems in our first race in the main event. He had a bearing go out on the car just when he was really starting to turn some good laps, and it just has not been the same ever since. So his first real opportunity for a victory here in 89. Graham goes quickly to the inside of Phillips. And Eric Graham in the Pontiac picks up second place. Henderson tries to follow him through. Phillips caught on the outside in the Buick Regal. Tim Phillips trying to keep that line. Very quickly, Eric qualifiers tonight trying to move up on McCracken, and also Olsen with fast time tonight trying to move around Phillips. And these cars very evenly matched, really starting to bunch up at the start finish line. And Graham risking it all, goes to the outside. Henderson trying to power his way to the inside and hold that line, and he and Graham are door to door. The Camaro hanging on, gets a little sloppy out of turn 4, but slides it very nicely, hangs on. And Henderson cleanly in second place now as he comes back to the start of lap number 8. Somebody to make a mistake here. Nobody really putting a press on the car in front of him just yet. Henderson thinking about going to the outside, but that has been no plan so far tonight. One more Tim McCracken, Steve Henderson, Eric Graham, Tim Phillips, and Rusty Olsen. Once again, Henderson goes to the outside. Tim Phillips and Glenn Shuri. Out of the car, Tim McCracken. And we understand this is Tim's first ever heat race win here at Redwood Acres Raceway. Tim did some racing last year in the latter portion of the 80 BB, as they call the 5 car. The 29 car, Bill Middleton. Car number 3, Randy Dean, winning the trophy dash. The 87 car, Doug Culver. Doug Frost. Fortuna. A lot of road racing with the Sports Car Club of America, but really his first experience in oval track racing this year. And our fast qualifier really putting on quite a show for us here. His first time ever on the racetrack in this particular race car, although he does have some racing experience. The 99 car, Jerry McCurtain. Nice field of 8 mini stocks here tonight, ready to take the green. And Bob Bonney in the 43 car, the Chevy Monza, leads them out of turn number 4. And Murray Armstrong outside. And into turn number 1, Bonney leads them through. It looks like the 19 car, Del Biagio, has a major problem. He's trying to get into the pit area as the rest of the field blasts down that back straightaway. Already, Randy Dean going to the outside of Bob Bonney. Watch out, that's nowhere land up there. And they are really scrambling. McCurtain on the inside. The mini stocks 3 abreast into turn number 1. Randy Dean picks up the lead. Fast qualifier, Jerry McCurtain in second. And now Pulver in the 87 car quickly moving from the back of the field into third place on the outside of Bob Bonney. And in many cases, depending on the setup and just how strong the motors are, these guys literally are just running flat out. Look out. McCurtain trying to get on the inside of Randy Dean. These guys are just running almost flat out. They literally don't take their foot off the gas pedal in some instances. And McCurtain once again working on Randy Dean, and Randy trying to use up as much racetrack as possible. And now Doug Pulver getting into things, and he decides he's going to try that outside line and just wait for these 2 Ford products in front of him to maybe make some kind of mistake. Plenty of racing time left as we're slated for 10 laps. And McCurtain swings way wide and discovers that that may not be the place to be. Now, as Doug Pulver says, hey, it's time to show some stuff here. Pulver trying on the inside of McCurtain, and McCurtain not giving him much running room. Randy Dean hogging the inside line, trying to make it 2 in a row after winning that trophy dash. Now McCurtain with the faster qualifying time goes to the outside, and Dean trying to use up as much racetrack as he can here to keep these faster qualifiers behind him. And this time McCurtain gets side by side with Dean. Let's see how they handle it down the back straightaway. I have a sneaking suspicion that Pulver is waiting for these 2 kiddos to tangle before he makes any big moves. Doug Pulver in the 87 Opel Menta, and Murray Armstrong in the number 8 Toyota, the only 2 foreign-made cars on the racetrack. Everything else is Ford and Chevrolet. And look at him now. 3 abreast into turn 1. Pulver's going to try that outside line too. Look at that car swing out there. And now Pulver gets to the inside of McCurtain. And he's moving on the inside of Dean. Let's see if Randy gives him any racing room. Not much. Randy Dean staying out in front. And white flag one more time around. Look out. Pulver and McCurtain coming together. And these guys are starting to get real serious about this mini stock racing. There's Gary Standifer. He's running 5th. A real battle still up front. Now Pulver to the outside of Dean. Let's see how he handles it. Out of turn 4. Back to the line. And Doug Pulver, Randy Dean, Jerry McCurtain. And never let it be said that these mini stock cars do not put on some exciting racing. Out of the car, Doug Pulver. Hey, Doug, take a look at the right side of your race car. Did you feel that? You didn't feel it at all? A little dent there. Is Harry going to have to fix that? You have to fix that part? Okay. Generally, we haven't thought of these mini stocks as being the bump and grind type of cars limited with the 9-to-1 compression motor getting a weight break. If you're running a 9-to-1 motor, you can less than the open compression motors. Number 0 car from Trinidad, Bob Martin, Pontiac. Car number 25 from Eureka, Angelo Marcelli. Car number 71, young driver from Eureka area, Rob Henson. The veteran from Ferndale, current point leader, the 48 car, Jim Walker. Car number 99, Craig Rodman, the 97 car, Larry Gray, 17, Randy Olson, there's the lead. And look at him rush into turn 1 and 2, side by side. Marcelli in the 25 car gets the jump on Markin, and Walker follows him through. Larry Gray quickly goes to the outside. And these cars really don't have it in this opening lap. And Marcelli leads down the back straightaway in lap number 2. Some fast qualifiers behind him. Hansen sliding into the infield. In the North Coast Mercantile, number 71 Camaro brings out the yellow. And once again, we score these cars as they come back to the line. Marcel engine in hot laps, Roger Gannon. And we hope that Roger will make it back to one of our regular programs. Great driver from the Reading area. And Marcelli in the 25 car will lead him around. Jim Walker with somewhat of a disappointing qualifying time tonight. 5th fastest qualifier after banging up the front end of the car into the top half. And there's the green. And Marcelli leads him down the back straightaway, 2 by 2. And those top 4 cars staying right together. Everybody watching up. As he goes through turn 1 and 2. And Randy Olson trying to settle the move on Larry Gray in the 97 car. Gray using up the racetrack. Rodman in the 99 car gets a little sloppy at turn 2, and Vic Blanc, fast qualifier. Drivers will get into some traffic. Let's see how they handle it as they approach the number 0 car. And Markin right in the middle of the racetrack. Marcelli not sure how to handle this one with some fast qualifiers behind him. Goes to the inside. Walker tries to follow him through. Larry Gray's right with him along with Randy Olson. White flag is out. One more time. Marcelli trying to hang on for a heat race win. This would help a lot. They've really been struggling with this race car. And Walker is going to try that outside line. Now turn 4. Checkered flag. Jeff Walker, Larry Gray, Randy Olson, Vic Blanc, Greg Rodman, Rob Henson, and Bob Markin. Angelo Marcelli. I mentioned that Ange and the crew really have been struggling with this race car this year to try and get the most they possibly could out of it. We believe they replaced a fuel pump on there recently. They had the car out here last week during the Winston West race just to kind of do some warm-up laps. Have been working real hard on it. Ange, a longtime veteran of the local. Is this Julie right over here? Is this Julie? No, this is Rhonda. Okay. Rhonda looks kind of shy. Oh, Lee. Oh, she wanted the picture. Oh, the lunch is not a bad deal. And you must be Julie. Okay, Julie, if you would go down, you like A&I Roofing out there at Raycott Industrial Park and 4th Street Market, Del Porto's Deli, an 81 Camaro in the winner's circle earlier tonight. Car number 70, Bob Wallace. And car number 55, sponsored by S&S Plating, Lennon Brothers Auto Machine, Arcata Muffler, Tom Sourdough Pizza, Resale Lumber, Arcata Body Shop, Arcata Auto, 1988 T-Bird, the Coors Light Silver Bullet, car number 55, Tim Standifer. Row number 2 on the inside, sponsored by Butler Bookkeeping and Tax Service, Redwood Towing Service, John's Automotive, Redway Tire, Don's Auto Parts, Randall Sand and Gravel, Williams Chevrolet. Thanks to Roger, Woody, Al Burns, Greg, Eric, and the crew. From Redway, a 1977 Chevelle, the 41 car, Richard Butler. Car number 71, sponsored by Murray Motors, Cash Oil, Grunert's Plumbing, and A1 Radiator Battery and Muffler, one of our fine Fortuna merchants. As a matter of fact, Murray Motors, for tonight's Street Stock Challenge, the 1979 Trans Am. Car number 71, Mark Murray. Car number 47, sponsored by Ken's Custom Muffler in Fortuna, the Dipstick in Fortuna, Tony Goslin and Sons Tires, Chandler Building. Special thanks to Bill's Graphics and Burns Auto and Truck Repair, and special thanks to Wormy at Peterson's 4x4. It's a 1974 Chevelle. From Fortuna, car number 47, Mike Cortopassi. Car number 29. Sponsored by the Dipstick, Hamburger Junction, Western Auto in Fortuna, AGS Auto Electric, A1 Radiator Battery and Muffler, Ken Peterson's Muffler and Humboldt Tire and Wheel. It's what they call an Olay Oldsmobile body, Chevrolet chassis and engine. Car number 29 from Fortuna, Lonnie Tucker. Car number 28, picking up his first heat race win ever at Redwood Acres Raceway earlier tonight, sponsored by the Sidetrack, K&M Glass, T&W Taxidermy, Tom Sourdough Pizza, RAO Construction, a 1981 IROC Camaro. Car number 28, Tim McCracken. Car number 11, sponsored by AGS Auto Electric in Fortuna, A1 Radiator Battery and Muffler, Tolt Construction, Eel Valley Construction, Fortuna Paint and Body, Big Lee's Elliott Service Center. A 1981 Camaro. Car number 11 from Fortuna, Glenn Shurey. Car number 73, sponsored by A&I Roofing, Big Lee's, and special thanks to Kendra Campbell, car owned by Jim Kerrigan. 1989 Buick Regal, the 73 car, Tim Phillis. Car number 1, sponsored by ARE Racing Engines, Lennon Brothers Auto Machine, K&M Glass, Big Lee's Auto Dismantling, Jamie at the Big Lee's out in Fields Landing, and Sheeman Automotive, the 1 car owned by Al Berkey. Car number 1, Steve Henderson. And back to car number 4, sponsored by Don's Auto Parts, Redway Tire, John's Automotive, Performance Engine Parts, L&M Renner Incorporated, Eureka and Garberville. Drywall by Master Plan Construction Services, Redway. Also sponsored by Kevin Knox, Union Oil Service in Garberville. Car owners, Bud and Evie Miller. A 79 Pontiac Ventura from Garberville, the 4 car, Eric Graham. And over to car number 16, fast qualifier tonight, sponsored by K&M Glass, Napix Auto Electric, RAO Construction, 1981 IROC Camaro, the 16 car, the driver from Eureka, Rusty the Rooster Olson. And back to the 27 car. Thanks to Larry Woodhurst for building the motor and to Tom Helgerson for helping put the number 27 on the racetrack. Car owned by Sonny Kiesner, and the 27 car driven by Pat Walsh. And over to number 7, sponsored by Simpson Timber, California Body Shop, Fortuna Union. Special thanks to everybody, Jeep and all the rest of the crew. It's a Dillon chassis. 88 Buick Regal, car number 7, Matt Kunkler. And over to the 23 car, sponsored by Starburst Auto and Fortuna, Russ Fiasca, Don's Rental. Anderson Motors, used cars of Eureka. All Union 76, Fortuna Paint and Glass. Lettering by Andy Silva. Thanks to Tom Sellers, Randy Bird, Cindy Andrews, Matt Jeep, and all the crew. From Eureka, car number 23, in the Camaro, 72 Camaro, Sean Andrews. And over to the 18 car, 1971 Nova, sponsored by the Playroom in Fortuna. Car number 18 from Fortuna, Bob Thomas. And back to the 00 car. Don't know too much about this car. It looks like early 70s Nova, we believe, the 00 car from Eureka, Rod Meyer. And if you look at our lineup, you'll notice that we do have some of the slower cars in the back of the pack. Normally we have a completely inverted start, and the officials choosing at this time to place some of the cars with much slower qualifying times in the back of the pack. Normally we look at about 2 or 3 seconds. If a car is 2 or 3 seconds off the top time, the officials can exercise the option of starting those cars in the back of the pack. Rusty Olson, your fast qualifier, and the 5 cars behind him would have been slower in competition in timing tonight. So you might call this a modified inverted start with some of the slower cars in the back of the pack. And that really gives a bit of an advantage to Bob Wallace and Tim Standifer. Ordinarily, those 5 cars would be up in front as we get set for a 17-car field. Our Fortuna Merchants Street Stock Challenge. So lots of money and, of course, all the points on the line for that track championship. Bob Wallace, Tim Standifer, Richard Butler, Mark Murray, top 4 cars, then back to Cortopassi in the 47 car, and Tucker in 29. Our Coastal Auto Mart Trans Am pace car brings them around. 50 laps of racing. This will be the longest street stock main on the asphalt, the richest purse, and I believe our biggest field ever of these cars. And we'll come around this time around. Let's get everybody to give these guys a big cheer and a big send-off. Wind it up. Let them hear you out there. 50 laps of racing. One more time around, and we'll go green. Everybody in the field starting to pick up the pace. Lots of butterflies, getting really nervous, bunching up, bumper to bumper. Through turn 3 and 4, Wallace leads them down the line. There's a green. Rambling into turn number 1. Let's see if everybody makes it through okay. So far, so good. And Standifer gets out in front. The rest of the pack really maneuvering for position. Bob Wallace in the 70 car with Butler. And Murray right behind him. A little problem in turn 4, but manages to hang on. And Tim Standifer, who had a real problem qualifying that car, starting to try to pull away from the rest of the field. A real dogfight in the middle of that pack. Shuri and Henderson side by side. And Mark Murray battling for position. Steve Henderson in the 1 car. Murray in 71, Shuri in 11. And Bob Wallace hanging on for second place. Two-over flag being shown for Andrews, and Sean Andrews with a problem on the 23 car, trying to stay out of trouble. As the rest of the field comes around, and it looks like Andrews is not going to make it. He's coasting to a stop, and we will show our first yellow as the leader, Standifer, comes back to the line. Trying to get everybody slowed down, racing back for position. It's just kind of dicey here. Everybody almost makes it through. That's what happens sometimes when too many people try to slow down too quick. It doesn't take much. And look at that number 29 car. Lonnie Tucker. I can't believe that car's still running. Is that going frontwards or backwards? I think he's going backwards. No? No, that car's going forward. I don't believe that. Look at that. That car's still running. Tucker with major problems, and also involved down there that beautiful. Flagsman Tim McEwen giving an indication to the drivers to bunch them up nice and tight. And the sign going out one more time around, and we'll get set to go racing. Bob Wallace, Richard Butler, and Glenn Shurey, and Standard says, hey, I'm ready to go racing. Let's go, gang. And there's the green. Camaro immediately trying to get on the outside of Butler for third place, and Butler takes him right up to the line. Shurey makes it work so far. Butler stays right with him on the inside. A battle for third place. Leads that pack of cars into 1 and 2, and the rest of the field will move around the 18 car of Bob Thomas. Standifer in the 55 car, the leader, looking to scramble over in turn number 3. Heavy traffic as they come back to the line. And there's the challenge for Dinner Street Stock. The Universal Street Stock Challenge underway. Glenn Shurey now picks up second place, and Henderson tries to follow through. Standifer in the silver bullet is got some traffic to work on. Ron Meyer in the double zero car goes to the outside, and Standifer makes his way through. This is where it gets very interesting and sometimes very frustrating for the lead cars. Trying to get through some of this traffic can be very dicey as the lead cars make their way through. Wallace in the 70 car starting to drop back as some of the faster qualifiers make their way around him. And now that the second, third, and fourth place cars have some easy running room, let's see if they can make a challenge on Standifer. Now, Henderson on the inside, trying to catch the inside line of Shurey. Looks like he's got it. Steve Henderson picks up second place, and Graham tries to follow him through. Lap number 12 underway, and there's your leader, the Steve Standifer. And that's four cars. Very evenly matched. Steve Henderson, Eric Graham, Glenn Shurey, and McCracken. Graham in the number 4 Pontiac challenging the number 1 Camaro, Steve Henderson. And the second time on the inside of Shurey. Laps will be the longest race these guys have ever run, and they've got to start thinking about that. It's not going to be easy. They've got to stay out of trouble. Flagsman Tim McEwen giving an indication to some of the slower cars to stay the outside line and let the quicker guys get by. The 16 car moving on the inside of Tim McCracken. Rusty Olson trying to make a move. A problem down in turn 4 brings out the yellow as Butler's caught in turn 4. Standifer brings it back. And Henderson in the 1 car. Graham in 4, Shurey and Olson. And Richard Butler in the 41 car finding a little problem down in turn number 4. Incident, the red flag incident back several laps ago. And he may be an additional lap down. He may be 2 laps down to the leaders. That's unofficial at this time. 23 car of Sean Andrews out of action. Tim Standifer says, or Tim McEwen says one more time around, and we'll get back to racing. Plenty of time left. lap number 17 of 50 long, hard laps. And this is where some of these guys will try to get a little extra advantage. Watch them closely at 3 and 4. There's the green. Let's see how they handle it. And Henderson uses some traffic to keep Graham behind him. And Glenn Shurry gets in trouble, and a bunch of cars get by the 11-car Glenn, who is our point leader going into this event. Rusty Olson going way high in turn 4. The 4-car is going to try to make some kind of move on Steve Henderson. Bob Wallace in the 70-car having a problem slowing down in turn 1 and 2. And Wallace in the 70-car exiting the racetrack. And here comes the leader, Standifer, working on traffic. Your fast qualifier has made his way up to 4th place. And those top 4 cars starting to close up the gap. And Standifer now working in traffic and realizing that he has some faster qualifiers behind him. Let's see how they handle this one. Look at that. Olsen will try the outside of Graham in traffic. Henderson has got some decisions to make. He has got the power in the handling. How is he going to make a move on Standifer? Try and swing out to the outside or just try and dump in on the inside? And those top 3 cars, everybody watching the cars in front of them, behind them. Running 5th, and then Phillips in the 73 car, the 6th place car at the moment. Halfway through our scheduled 50-lap main, and now Olsen on the inside of Graham. Rusty Olsen hits the inside line on Eric Graham's Pontiac and makes the move, picking up 3rd place here on lap number 25. Sights on Henderson's number 1 Camaro, and Olsen into the side of the 1-car. And with him out of yellow, Rusty Olsen in the 15-car, snapping into Steve Henderson. And the rest of the field trying to make their way through. And Henderson in the 1-car still waiting to get underway. Okay, no major problems there, but he will be a lap down to the leaders as he did not make it back to the yellow flag. So, laps. Standifer, Olsen, Graham, McCracken, Phillips, and Shurry, your top cars. There's the green. Top qualifiers hurrying into the back straightaway. McCracken gets a little out of shape, and Phillips in the 73 car, the Buick Regal, slips by the inside for 4th place. Remember, Henderson in that 1-car would be a lap down unofficially to the leader. He did not make it back to the yellow. Challenging Olsen on the inside, and Pontiac. So right now we've got Ford, Pontiac, Camaro, and Buick. Standifer in that beautiful 55 T-Bird staying out of trouble. And trying to lengthen out that lead as Graham will try to stalk him down. And don't count out the 73 car. Phyllis in the Buick Regal has done some excellent racing out here. And before it's over, he could become a factor. It's taken him a while to make his way through the back. Tim Phyllis in the 73 car already has a second place finish this year. And he would very much like to get in that winner's circle. And now Standifer, Graham, the rest of the field trying to move into traffic. Top 4 cars, top 5 cars now in order. McCracken in the 28 car running fifth, then Shuri. The 1 car unofficially a lap down for the leaders. Look out, turn number 3, Andrews backs that Camaro up against the wall as the leaders come back to the line. The yellow flag is down. Lap number 37, and Andrews decides to quickly get into the infield. And that'll slow everybody down. Still lots of racing time. Tim Standifer, Eric Graham, Rusty Olson, Tim Phyllis, Tim McCracken, Glenn Shuri. Top 6 cars in line as they line up bumper to bumper out of turn 4. There's the green. And these guys fighting it out. That points championship. Remember, Glenn Shuri is the current points leader going into this program. He stands for right behind him. In the point standings. Lap number 38. Plenty of racing time left. Eric Graham really driving in hard into those turns. In the Pontiac, Olsen gets a little slow down at turn 4 in the Camaro. And these guys are turning times of about 17.5 seconds in race traffic, so they're putting on a pretty good speed performance in this speed stock division. And Phyllis in the 73 car got a little out of shape over there in turn 3, but then grab it up pretty quick. Number 41, and the last clicking away. Standifer picking up that lead at the early going has had it pretty easy so far. And if Graham and Olsen and Phyllis have anything left of those race cars, they're going to have to start putting the press on real soon. And Wallace in the 70 car back on the racetrack is still experiencing some problems. Catch up with Tim Standifer in the T-Bird. And he picks it by Graham in trouble. Eric Graham in the 4 car shuts it down. He tough break for Eric Graham in the 4 car. That car just not able to make the full 50 laps tonight. Remember, this is our longest street stock main that we've had out here. And now, Standifer in a little bit of traffic. Olsen in the 15 car running second. Third place to Tim Phillips, and fourth to McCracken in the 28 car. Place, the 16 car, Rusty Olsen, and 73 Tim Phillips, 28 Tim McCracken. And Standifer right now just kind of wishing and hoping that nobody comes to follow him. As he comes by, he'll be looking for the white flag next time around. The leader down the back straightaway right behind the 41 car. He'll get the white flag this time around. One more time around. Car number 55, Tim Standifer. And then Olsen, Phillips, and McCracken. And Tim Standifer on his way to second win of 1989. And second win in a row. He's caught up behind looks like it's going to be a factor at the line. Tim Standifer, Rusty Olsen, Tim Phillips, and Tim McCracken, car number 28. And those top 4 cars, of course, everything unofficial. Hard to say who's going to pick up 5th place with all the lap cars in action out there. Our Tim Standifer. And unofficially, with that finish, this, of course, is unofficial. That should move Tim side by side. And Bonnie in the Monza. And on the outside, the 8th car, Murray Armstrong. There's the green. And look at him into turn 1 and 2. Armstrong on the outside, and Bonnie goes way high, and all of a sudden, Doug Pulver making that little Opel Manta work very hard. He takes the outside line right up against the wall. Look at that action in 3 and 4. Watch out, guys. Armstrong goes spinning into the infield. And just to hang on, Del Biagio, the 19 car, having some major motor problems. That car just barely under his own power right now. The battle up front with Doug Pulver and Bob Bonnie, and Dennis Del Biagio says, yep, I know, I got a major problem here. This car is not running good. He gets the picture flag. Back to the line, it's Bonnie and Pulver. Gary Standifer in the 5 car hanging on for 3rd place. He's got Middleton. And that 99 car, McCurtain right behind him. Now McCurtain going on the outside of Ray Middleton. Once again, this battle for the lead. Yellow flag comes out as Del Biagio simply cannot get off the racetrack. That Mustang 2 stalling over there in turn 2 brings out the yellow. In front. Bob from Murray had some fun out here on the dirt a few years ago. Won a heat race or 2 and decided to try this mini stock division. Single file out of turn 4. There's the green, and we're back underway. And McCurtain very quickly trying to squeeze on the inside of Gary Standifer as those 2 Ford Pintos start to battle it out. McCurtain once again takes that inside line, trying to get in there. Yep, he makes it, just barely. And now the battle up front. Doug Pulver makes that Opel Manta work so well on the outside. Just makes that high line. Yeah, almost doing a rip riding action there for running a dirt track, and gets around Bob Bonnie rather easily that time around. Now McCurtain is going to move up and make the challenge. Plenty of racing time left. This race set for 20 laps. Look at the way Doug brings that car out of turn 4. These cars do not have the straightaway speed that the bigger cars have, but they can go through the turns, I would say actually quicker than the street stocks or the super stocks once they're into the turn. Watch how hard he pushes that car through and brings it way out. Makes it work very nicely. And Pulver starting to pull away from McCurtain. McCurtain with the fast qualifying time, and Doug says, hey, listen, I want to get some running room between myself and this guy. We tangled there in that other race. I don't want to do that again. Third place car. The challenge now between Bob Bonney and Gary Standifer. Standifer on the inside. And Standifer makes the pass. The Ford passes the Chevy. And Doug Pulver is starting to make it look easy again. He did that a few times before on us here. Actually, I think he is lengthening out the lead on McCurtain. And he mentioned that if you listen to the motors, just try and listen to a single exhaust when they come around. I don't think they lift on these cars at all. They're just about on the gas all the way around. So the true art is in setting up the car to get the most out of it with a stock suspension and then picking a good racing line. You want to try and go high and then dive down like Pulver is. Watch, he tries to just cut that corner and swing out so that the turn becomes as wide as he can possibly make it, using up all the racetrack, getting the most out of these little motors, four-cylinder engines. Lap number 10 underway, and we still have halfway to go as Pulver comes up on the black traffic, goes to the inside of Middleton. There's your third place car, the silver BB, Gary Standifer, just almost exactly half a lap down to the leader, Doug Pulver. And McCurtain is not losing too much ground to Pulver, but certainly cannot make the challenge at all. Look out. Standifer gets a little wide out of turn 4. And now Murray Armstrong in the Toyota, the 8 car. It looks like he's trying to set his sights on Bob Bonney, see if he can make some kind of move there. The old racing philosophy in just about all cars is you can't win, have fun, you know, see if you can find somebody out there. And Middleton in the 29 car says, I've had enough of this, at least for now. And he parks it in the pit area, lap 12 underway. And it sure looks like Doug Pulver is, yeah, he sure is, starting to lengthen out that lead over McCurtain. Even though McCurtain had the faster qualifying time, Doug Pulver probably been working on some kind of setup on this car and managed to pick up an extra tenth of a second or so, maybe even more, now with a full straightaway lead over McCurtain. And it's possible that Pulver has enough time left to catch the third place car before we see a checkered flag again. Standifer in the 5 car. Here comes Pulver, who'll come up on traffic on this lap. And very quickly decides he'll go way high, see what he can do up there. Moving on Murray Armstrong, and he's got to be kind of careful because those guys may not realize he's there. Look at this move as Armstrong gets on the inside of Bonney, and now Doug Pulver says, I don't know what these guys are doing, but I'm going to be real careful. He's getting around the traffic, and now he makes the outside pass. Lap number 16. And now put 2 cars between himself and the second place car, Gary McCurtain. And he's got some pretty good running room here before he catches up with Gary Standifer. In fact, the way it looks right now, he may not get back to Standifer before we see a checkered if things continue running. And McCurtain making his way through traffic, trying to get a little extra speed someplace. Doug Pulver trying to keep his main event record intact. Should he win, it will be 3 in a row. Starting at lap number 19. 18 down and 2 to go. And with 2 laps left, it's possible that he may just catch up with Gary Standifer here in the next lap and a half. Really just diving hard into those corners. We will see the white flag on the 87 car. Over this time around. And McCurtain in the 99 car running second. Then we have to go all the way back to the 5 car unofficially for third place. These cars in between are lapped cars. And Doug Culver is probably going to be happy to sit right there and take the checkers with the cars in front of him. At the line, Doug Culver, checkered flag. Second place, car number 99, Jerry McCurtain. And unofficially, when he makes it back around, I think unofficially the 5 car will be credited with third place in lots of traffic. Culver. And Doug keeps his main event streak here intact. His third main event win of 1989, and will easily continue his point lead. And outside, row number 1, making his way into the winner's circle for the first time in 1989, winning that heat race earlier tonight. Sponsored by Bowman Enterprises. Ken and Donna Bowman are the car owners. Dan Harbor Insurance, North Country Roofing, Trim Line of Eureka Auto Detailing, K&N Glass, ARE Engines, Rydell Reforestation, L&M Renner Unical, and thanks to Kimberly and Roberta. Car number 25, it's an 88 Camaro, Speedway Engineering car from Eureka, Angelo Marcelli. And Angelo out for the photograph with our photo winner for tonight, getting the whole family involved down there. And back to row number 2, car number 71, sponsored by North Coast Mercantile, your Budweiser distributor, and New York Seltzer, an 89 Buick Regal. Car number 71, Rob Hansen. And over to the 48 car. Had a tough time tonight in hot laps. If you missed it, they touched the wall, did some heavy damage on the front end of this car. After suspension part broke, they worked on the car, made 5th fastest in qualifying. He is your current point leader starting tonight's program. The 48 car in the Rick Harper prepared Camaro from Ferndale, Jim Walker. Started at 99, making his second appearance at Redwood Acres Raceway. He was with us for one of our regular shows last year. The 99 car sponsored by Fisher Racing, also sponsored by your local Mac Tools distributor and Kentucky Fried Chicken. 89 Camaro from Reading, car number 99, Craig Rodman. Car number 97, sponsored by Drake Racing Fabrication, C&L Transmissions, and Precision Auto Body. An 89 Camaro, also from Reading, the 97 car, Larry Gray. Car number 17, sponsored by REO Construction and Automotive Associates, 89 IROC Camaro from Eureka. The 17 car, Randy Olson. And car number 23, setting fast time and setting a new local track record for these tour cars. 1989 Port City Camaro. Car number 23 from Eureka, Vic Blanc. Jim Walker. 00 car, Bob Harkin. Harkin Trucking and Pontiac leads him around. Marcelli on the outside, our beautiful Coastal Auto Mart Redwood Acres Raceway pace car will be exiting down in turn number 2. And we'll get set to go racing. 8 cars in the lineup. Mentioned earlier that the 38 car, Roger Gannon, made the tow over from Reading. They lost the motor in hot laps, and a tough break for Roger. Hope he can come back here and do some racing with us throughout the 1989 season. Cars bunching up 2 by 2. They'll look for the green this time around. 40-lap main event. Good looking start. There's the green. And it's a replay of the heat race as Marcelli takes that outside starting position with Walker right behind him. This is a longer race, though. And it's Marcelli, Walker, Gray, Long, and Olsen, 5-car breakaway. And those top 5 cars running nose to tail. Blanc already on the move. Blanc with many years of racing experience, and Randy Olson would be the younger of those three drivers, but he's been in the 8 or 9 years. And the in-traffic Walker, Blanc, and Olson to the outside of Market. And these guys are running times at about 15.8 seconds. Excellent race time on the lap. And we see those top three cars breaking away. Larry Gray in the 97 car trying to hold back Hansen and Rotman. And the lap number 10. Moving on the inside of Tim Walker, and Walker tries to shut him down. The big Blanc with fast qualifying time. That car is fast tonight. And if you know Big Blanc's racing style, he comes to the race to win, and he doesn't like to settle for second or third place. He will make every effort to put that car in front. Chassis. Originally, that was a Bitco chassis, highly modified by Rick Harper. Because that car working after taking the level in that section of tonight's program. As they once again make their way around Bob Markin's car. Markin will go now 2 laps down to the leader. Now we're apparently content to just stay right on Jim Walker's bumper and hope for some kind of mistake. Still plenty of racing time left here as we're in the lap number 16. And lap time's unofficially at about 16 seconds as Marcelli in the 25 car. Neither one of them willing to try it on Walker. It just doesn't seem to want to work. So these cars are all looking for somebody to make a mistake. There's your fourth place car, number 97, Larry Gray and Hansen. And those three cars all on the lead lap, Markin in the 00 car and Marcelli in 25. Vic Blanc moving right on Jim Walker's bumper. And now if you watch the 17 car very closely, especially over in turn number 3, you can see the brake rotors start to warm up on Randy Olson's Camaro. And now Vic Blanc on the inside of Walker can't quite find the line. And Walker hangs on, starting lap number 30. You can see those brake rotors start to warm up on these cars. They dive into the corners very hard. And put on the binders and then quickly get back on the gas as they get about halfway through the turn. Lap 31 underway. And these guys have been playing follow the leader now for just about the last 27 laps. It's the early going. And once again, on the inside, Marcelli in the 25 car still experiencing problems as trying to stay out of traffic. He goes way high. And Larry Gray in the 96 car, 99 and Hansen in 71 apparently have settled down to run with a little room between them. It does not look like our lead cars will catch up with the other 3 cars. If traffic was going to be a factor, we would have seen them caught up by now, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen unless somebody runs into a major problem. So if Vic Blanc and Randy Olson are going to make a move, they're going to have to do it without the help of any traffic. 5 laps to go this time around. It's been a long time since Vic Blanc has been in the winner's circle, and Randy Olson has yet to be in the winner's circle in 1989. They'd like to change that if they possibly can. And now Olson losing ground to those top 2 cars. Vic Blanc once again trying to squeeze by. Blanc on the inside of Walker. Walker takes the line back. And we come by. Starting lap number 38. 37 down and 3 to go. Blanc again down the back straightaway. Squeezing harder into the turn. Trying to outflank each other side by side. Down the turn 4. And Walker gets the advantage back. Jim Walker and Randy Olson. This will be the white flag lap this time around. Out of turn 4. One more time around. Jim Walker, Randy Olson. And traffic does become a little faster as the leaders get by Robbie Hansen on the inside. And out of turn 4. First win of 1989. Jim Walker, Randy Olson. Unofficially, the 99 car. Wilson finishing 4th. Larry Gray 5th. Good timing. Car number 23. And Victor not carrying any major sponsorship on the car in 1989 in the Port City Camaro. And as you people start to wind your way out of our racing facility, we hope that you'll take it easy on the way home. Out of the car, Vic Blanc. Our trophy presenter, Nicole Henderson. And look at that cloud of steam down there. Whoa. And reminder once again for you folks who would like to make your way out to look at these race cars, they literally are hot in all aspects. So if you're going to look at them in the pit area, stand back a little bit there but while they cool down. And remember, there's going to be some machinery being moved around in that pit area. And